Between 1979 and 1980, over 60,000 refugees from Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos were resettled within Canada, commonly known as the Boat People. This refugee resettlement project was a massive and unprecedented collaboration between federal, provincial, and municipal governments, mainstream media, private sponsor groups, and the larger Canadian public. 36 years later, during the 2015 Canadian federal election, with the rise of public discourse on the plight of refugees in the Mediterranean, Canadian media began to cite the resettlement project of 1979 as a historical model to emulate for bringing Syrian refugees to Canada. If we did it then, why can't we do it again now? The resettlement project of the 1979 Boat People became refocused and reimagined in Canadian historical memory as a time of unwavering support for refugees and the benefit of public-private collaboration for migrant resettlement. But how fares this characterization of the period of 1979 as a time of steadfast Canadian support for resettling refugees? Is the historical context misconstrued in the contemporary public imagination? And what does it mean for this exceptional moment of Canadian history to be taken up in this public way? How do contemporary references to the past affect our understanding of that history? My SSHRC-funded thesis project investigates these questions by researching what was really going on between the federal government and Canadian public in 1979 that allowed for such an exceptional resettlement project to occur. I researched the socio-political factors of this period, the support and resistance for government plans, the level of collaboration between public and private spheres, and how necessary information was communicated between interested parties. The purpose of my thesis is to use the contemporary relevancy of the Boat People as a springboard to launch me into an analysis of a period that is largely understudied but increasingly relevant in Canadian scholarship. In linking the past to the present, this study is important because it brings to the forefront a persistent national narrative that is at the heart of these comparisons. As long as the correct tools, politicians, and historical examples are in place, Canada is naturally a generous and willing host nation for vulnerable refugees. My thesis reflects on the validity of this claim and the use of selective historical examples to justify it, the naturalization process of national identity, the functions of this narrative in a settler colonial context, and the relevancy of this narrative in both 1979 and today. Thank you.